or Coursera, and a lot more to come. Or MUIC does a lot more. Okay, let me skip about this. And Jula start MUIC right now in Thailand and become very popular. And it's free. And I think Jula did it on purpose for what I call bait and switch in terms of marketing strategy, you know. Oh, Jula has a cool professor. And, you know, we should apply for Jula. That's what they are trying to do. It's marketing strategy, bait and switch. I even teach on Facebook for some time. We can use social network for class, and this is the way to, and it's so cheap, you don't even have to invest. You can use freeware to snack it on Facebook and use a lot of more things. And a big thing gonna be artificial intelligence that's gonna disrupt education very soon. Here is a first book about artificial intelligence. This is Herbert A. Simon, father of modern artificial intelligence, and this is the first 2 books on artificial intelligence. Let's look at this.
Like John Turode and Greg Wallace at the end of an invention test, Moby Robotics wants you to stop cooking. The UK company has unveiled what it claims is the world's first robot chef at the Hanover Messe Robotics Fair in Germany. The chef, more of an automated kitchen side, really, comprises 2 robotic arms above a large cooking surface, including hobs, a sink, and an oven hidden behind a glass safety screen.
Okay.
Rather than cooking from a recipe, the system relies on capturing the movement of a human chef with a 3D camera, then recreating their every stir. The robot turns on the hob with a deft finger before picking up some butter taken from a group of pre-assembled ingredients. It melts the butter, adds shallots and seasoning, and over the next 20 minutes or so produces an impressive bisque. The bisque is delicious, deep and warming with a strong hit of crab, although a food critic might note that that's less down to the robot itself than Anderson's instructions. The company claims the product will be on the market for 2017 and estimates it will cost around £10,000.
So if robot can learn from a famous chef to cook, if they can learn and imitate everything, like all the secret and the recipe, you know, and how to pour or to stir, about temperature control and everything, just use AI and kinesiology and, you know, those 3D camera and imitate and learn everything. Think about that. So if they can learn, they can teach too. Very soon, you will see that robots can teach you how to cook. And it's not like no-name chef, it's a imitation of a big name chef. Or AlphaGo, which AI
Go
can
is
solve
the world's oldest continuously played board game. It is one of the simplest and also most abstract.
Beating a professional player at Go is a long-standing challenge of artificial intelligence.
Everything we've ever tried in AI just falls over when you try the game of Go.
The number of possible configurations of the board is more than the number of atoms in the universe.
AlphaGo found a way to learn how to play Go.
So far, AlphaGo has beaten every challenge we've given it.
But we won't know its true strength until we play.
At first, At first, I think artificial intelligence cannot do something that is something very valuable in class, namely coaching and feedbacking. But this is not true. AlphaGo is an AI that can give you a feedback. It's an AI called reinforcement learning, where they learn from feedback so that they can give feedback very soon. Because one time you move Go, you know, they learn from response, you know, competitors. And once you have reinforcement learning in AI, computer will be very smart and teach you and respond and even coach you or feedbacking you very soon. What you gonna do then? For a flipped classroom, I always reserve my class for feedbacking student or coaching student, or let their hand dirty by touch their hand. Okay, try to do this. But computer will do the same job, will do the same job as I do very soon with what I call reinforcement learning. And AI become very smart, like news anchorage AI here, or even compose a music like Iwa here, which you can say what kind of composer, what kind of tone, what kind of voice and engagement you want. And this is a real song for Luxembourg National Day that have been composed by Iwa and play at a National Day ceremony. Is that challenging? Yeah. It's a song composed by AI. We don't need a composer. Google AI.
If you turned this video on mute right now and covered up the subtitles, how many words could you pick out? If it's less than half, Google's new artificial intelligence system probably has you beat. Google's UK-based AI division, DeepMind, and a group of researchers at Oxford teamed up to create the most accurate lip-reading software ever. It's able to read human lips from TV news footage at 46.8% accuracy. That might not seem too impressive, but get this. An expert human lip reader could only get 12.4% of the
or another technology, voice recognition. You can use Google Voice typing and you will see that it's so fascinating. Very nice one. And even writing an essay, there's an AI essay writing and can create and develop, write an essay on behalf, instead of your. So if they can write, now they can teach how to write very soon. Where is teacher job? That's what you will see very soon. In Japan,
Japan's education ministry is planning to place English-speaking artificial intelligence robots in schools to help children improve their English oral communication skills. Japanese students are generally not good at writing in English or speaking the language. Curriculum guidelines that are due to be fully implemented in 2 years will focus on nurturing those skills. In April, the ministry will launch the robot initiative on a trial basis at about 500 schools. Some schools have already adopted similar robots to enable students to have fun while honing their English pronunciation and conversation skills.
Kids may prefer to robot rather than you, period. It's more fun with robot than you, okay?
What
happened?
We're entering an era in which our enemies can make it look like anyone is saying anything at any point in time, even if they would never say those things. So, for instance, they could have me say things like,
and this is not Obama. It's robot that can speak, deliver a speech like Obama with Obama accent. It can teach you how to speak too. Microsoft developed AI that can translate from Chinese to English just like human, And there's a lot more technology like HoloLens and...
Oculus is the granddaddy of the current virtual reality wave. It literally kickstarted the industry with the Rift headset way back in 2012. But even Oculus doesn't believe virtual reality is the future, at least not on its own.
"20 or 30 years from now, I predict that instead of carrying stylish smartphones everywhere, we'll wear stylish glasses. Those glasses will offer VR, AR, and everything in between, and we'll wear them all day and use them in almost every aspect of our lives. The distinction between AR and VR will vanish.
Virtual reality is only a portion of the equation, while augmented reality represents the true endgame for most hardware manufacturers. And now that the VR industry has established itself, the worlds of augmented and virtual reality are set to collide. VR is a multi-billion-dollar industry, and it's expected to grow exponentially in the coming years. There are now 3 major headsets in the market: the HTC Vive, PlayStation VR, and Oculus Rift, and the second generation is rapidly approaching. This new wave of devices is set to be a palate cleanser for the industry. The coming headsets are largely standalone devices. This means they don't require high-end PCs, mobile devices, or gaming consoles to operate, and they look more stylish overall. The initial VR headsets are bulky things draped in wires, but newer models look slightly sleeker and more contained. However, they're still VR headsets. They completely block
and a lot more immersive technology in which data visualization and augmented reality blend together, and they teach you anything that you can imagine. And there's a lot more game and simulation in education as well as robot in medical education. So we face 2 things, the most important things: aging population as well as AI that will replace all of us very soon. So that's the end of my talk, but let's discuss, and you can throw all the questions to me. If I can answer, I will try, but if I can't, well, let it be, and let's see how it's gonna go in the near future. This is an era of disruption. We have to adjust ourselves so that we can survive. Thank you.